Hello. Okay, let's go over this budget. You have to determine your budget before you can start making tickets and determining prices and things like that. So I'm going to get you started on this. This is an actual budget form that I have to fill out every year for the musical, and any activity does it. So the class advisors have to do it, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, you can forget about the top part. Okay, don't need to worry about that. If I can get my pencil to work. You're going to start right here. Okay, you're going to make a list of incomes. What's ways that you're going to bring in money from your show? So one is probably tickets. Maybe you're going to do some fundraising. Maybe you're going to make a program and you're going to sell ads. Maybe you're going to ask for donations. Anything that you can think of that you're going to have to make money, to bring money in from the show. All right, so you make a list of that. Then you go over here to the estimated revenue dollars. And there you're going to put a dollar amount for each thing that you're going to do to bring in money. You can determine whatever that may be. Aim high, but not unrealistic. Like, don't put $10,000 for tickets because you're not going to sell $10,000 worth of tickets, okay? Make it realistic as can be. You'll probably change it anyways, so make sure you do this in pencil, all right? So you list your dollar amounts. Done. Now, the bottom part. Okay, this is description of expenditures, what you're going to spend money on in order to do your show. So the first thing that you're going to spend money on is your scripts and the rights to do the show. You can't do a show without that. Okay, that's mandatory. If you get caught producing a show without getting the rights to do it, you could be sued, which is not a good thing. Your school will not like that, your boss, all right? Those will run for a play. They're probably going to run, because all you're going to get are books and then the rights. For a play, anywhere from $200 to $1,500, depending on the size of your cast. So the fewer you have in your cast, the less it's going to cost, of course. The maximum number of books that they will send you, generally, it comes in packages. So, like, they'll have a package of 20 books, right? And so that will be for X amount of dollars. So however much the company says is that will be worth. If you need more, let's say you need to buy 3 more, they're going to charge you per, sometimes they'll charge you per book, but generally they'll do it in groups of 5. So if you only need 3, you're going to have to buy or rent the package. For an additional, let's say for an additional $200. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you only need 3, you're going to have to buy 5 because that's how it comes. If you need 12, then you're going to have to buy 3 sets of this. So hopefully you understand. So you have to add that, you have to add this to this cost here. Okay. Okay, just so that you understand that. I hope you can see this right. Okay, back to the side. So, put down how much it's going to cost for you, depending on how much is in your cast, how many are in your cast, etc. anywhere between the $200 up to, what did I say, $1,800, something like that. What's another thing you're going to spend money on to do your show? Okay, well, you're going to have to build your set. So set materials. That would include paint, wood, anything that you might have to go and purchase from maybe Goodwill, that like you need a table beside the bed. If you need whatever, okay, things like that. All of that goes under set materials. So think about what you need, make a list, determine how much that might cost. Wood and paint are not cheap. Paint is about $20 a gallon. That's cheap. And wood, you can look it up and be specific. You can go to the Menards website and look up how much a sheet of plywood would cost, how much a 2x4 would cost. But this needs to be a rough estimate, but pretty darn close. You can't spend more than what you put down in these columns, okay? Otherwise, you have to do this paper all over again. Ugh. All right, what else are you going to spend money on? Possibly costumes. I will tell you that those rent about $75 per person. So figure that out based on your cost. Will be based on how many you have in your cast. Other things that you might, if you're going to do a program. Okay, how much will it cost to print a program? Printing costs for the big program like we do for musical usually runs about $2,000 for 600 copies. So you can use that to make an estimate for yourself of what you think it might cost. Makeup. Everybody has to have makeup when you perform on stage. This doesn't cost very much. You can buy it cheap pretty much for the most part at Dollar General. You can watch for sales where at Rite Aid and whatnot. You can also save money here by having all the girls bring in their own makeup and just needing to purchase makeup for the guys, which is just basic light base and some cheeks and some eyebrows. Those are generally, men take very little makeup. Girls take a lot. Whatever else you can think of that you're going to need to, here's another list. Continue to write anything you can think of that you're going to spend money on, because you can't spend money on anything you don't write down. So I always like to include a spot called miscellaneous. That means if I happen to need something, like I need more lights to decorate the stage, and I didn't write that down over here, then I can claim it under miscellaneous. Some of the stuff you have to pay your own money, pay with your money first, and then get reimbursed by these columns. If you have a budget already, like if you've been doing it for several years and you've got money in the account build up, then you'll have money to start with and you can bill it to the school. You don't have that. You are starting brand new, so you have no money in the bank. You are starting from scratch, okay? Now here comes the tricky part. So you add up how much all this costs, total expenditures, put that amount right here. You add up how much the top part cost, or how much money you're going to bring in, that amount goes here. Now, here's the biggie. The amount you take in cannot be less than what you spent. So you understand that? This has to be more than this. So you got to spend less than what you take in so that you can have a profit, okay? So now if that doesn't work out that way, now you have to go back and you have to manipulate these numbers to make them work for you. All right, so maybe you're going to have to sell more ads. So that means you're going to have to do some more work, or the students are going to have to work. What's one way maybe you can help cut costs on this end? Well, for costumes, maybe you can have the kids supply their own or make a pay part of that $75 fee. Anything like that, that's what I do. I make the students pay part of that fee because that costume part can get pretty high if you're not careful. All right, so this is what we did on Thursday. We kind of got started with this idea, and then the assignment was to complete this and have it ready and turn in today on Friday. Now, I did mention selling ads. If you want to sell ads, can you see this? Let me get this up there. There, I think you can see that okay. So, to determine your ticket prices, this is another area you can finagle. On a separate piece of paper, you need to kind of figure out from what you told me how many seats were in your auditorium from that previous assignment times how much your tickets are. Let's say that you're going to sell out. Okay, let's say your auditorium holds 200 seats. So if you sell all 200 seats times $8, which is going to be the highest price ticket, that comes up with this amount. Then you times that amount by the number of performances that you are doing. So if you're performing it 3 times, $8 times 200 of them sold times 3 nights, and that gives you what you project to take in tickets. Realistically, you're not going to sell out all 3 nights, probably. Okay? If you do, that's fantastic. But you're going to base it off of whatever you told me your seating capacity was worth in your auditorium. So look up that number that you gave me before. Programs, if you want to sell ads for programs, determine the size of your program, number 1. Are you going to use an 8x10 booklet? Okay, which will be like this. Okay, this is an 8x11 booklet, 8x10 booklet, where it's all like this. Okay, yes, we sold ads. We sold them to parents, we sold them to companies, but it comes in a booklet. Okay, that's one way. Another way you could do a program is to take that piece of paper and you're going to fold it in half. So now your booklet is this big. Okay, you're still going to have multiple pages, right? You can still sell ads, but now you're making a smaller program. It costs less to print the smaller program than the big program, okay, obviously. When you sell ads to people, to businesses, or to individuals in the play, like families, you have to determine how much you're going to charge for them to take out a full-page ad, or a half-page ad, or a quarter-page ad. You're going to determine that dollar price, okay? And then you're going to have to give them something for their ad. So you usually give them a complimentary tickets. So if it's 1 quarter page, you'll want to give them 1 complimentary ticket, which is worth $8. So if you sold it for $25 for a quarter page, your profit would be 25 minus 8, $13. You'd make $13 towards your profit. Okay, so then if you're going to sell a half a page, well, how much are you going to charge for a half a page? You could double it and go $50 and then $100. I know some big schools do that, but you have to determine that on your own based on your community and what your community will tolerate. Will you sell full page ads at $100 a pop? I don't know. Depends on what you think of. That's your decision. You're the director. Okay? So all of this has to go in mind when you go to complete your budget. Okay? So work some magic with your numbers and complete that and submit it for Friday when neither one of you were here on Friday, December 4th. So this is what needs to be turned in. Okay? By Sunday the 6th, I think I said. We got to get started on your tickets next week. That's going to be your remote assignment. So check Schoology and watch for that. And hopefully I'll see you guys on Thursday because we're coming up to exams and I want to get you all caught up and ready to go with that. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.